Hi, this is Simon, and in today's video I'm going to share with you 5 ways that you can improve your next Hyrox race. So number 1 is to train your biggest weaknesses. This might seem really obvious, but it's so important, and that's what I learned from my first race. In my first race, I discovered very quickly that my biggest weaknesses were the burpee broad jump, walk-in lunges, and the wall balls. I was really disappointed that with each of them, my time was incredibly slow. On reflection, I just didn't train them enough. Since that Berlin race, I've made sure to train BBJs, wall balls, and walk-in lunges much more frequently than I did in the lead up to the Berlin race. So fingers crossed, that's going to result in some much better times tomorrow. Number 2 is to use the Hyresults website to set realistic targets. These are the stats from my race in Berlin. So you can adjust each of the sliders, and that will help you set a realistic target for your next race. So for mine, this is what I'm hoping to achieve. All of that gives me a projected time of 1 hour, 14 minutes and 50 seconds. Now, I'm not sure how realistic that will be tomorrow. That does seem a little bit quick. At Berlin, I did hope for a 1:15 and I came away with 1:29.20. So if I can get around 1 hour 20, I'll be really happy with that, because that will show some good improvement on those weaker stations. And if you're liking this kind of content, this is a new channel. I'd really appreciate it if you'd hit the subscribe button, drop me a like, and leave a comment as well. Tell me about your race experience. Tell me about some of the things that you've learned along the way and any tips that you have that might help me. Number 3 is don't go out too fast. Everyone tells you not to go really hard from the gun. I completely ignored that in Berlin, and I did go very fast. I think my first run was around 4 minutes per kilometre, give or take. This time round, I really want to keep a more consistent pace. So I want to figure out what's comfortable and just maintain that throughout. And then that way, that should keep my legs fresh throughout the duration of the race. What I don't want to do, and what I recommend for yourselves as well, is not to go super hard from the gun and already you're adding a lot of fatigue. That will then have an impact on the rest of the race. Number 4, treat the rock zone like it's part of the run. A lot of times I see people slowing down as they reach the rock zone and make their way to the workout station. Instead, what you need to do is think of the rock zone as part of your run, and when you finish the running lap, keep running. Try and maintain the same pace, or drop down, or reduce pace very slightly, but as best as you can, keep the momentum going until you get to the station, because otherwise it's very easy to lose quite a lot of time to the rock zone area. And number 5, practice running under fatigue. Not every session needs to be a compromised run, but for sure you need to make sure that you know what it feels like to complete race distance, workstation, and then into a run. You need to experience that fatigue into the legs, and also how it feels to then go from the run to the next workout station. So make sure that you incorporate into your training sessions that will include that. And that's it. Those are my 5 things. I hope they were helpful. I'm hoping that they're going to prove helpful to me. Tomorrow is my race, and let's see how it works out. My hope is to get at least 1 hour and 20 minutes, hopefully faster, but I would be really happy if I manage 1 hour and 20 minutes based on my performance in Berlin. And I really want a much better burpee broad jump, walk-in lunges, and wall balls. So let's see how it goes, and I'll report back after the race. And so I've thought of another tip, so this is a bonus one. Don't make the mistake of thinking that other athletes in the same starting wave as you are in the same age category as you. And because of this, I realized there's no point in trying to race those other athletes. So it's really important to run your own race and to your pace, because if you were to race against those other athletes and try and keep up with them, some of them might just be faster than you, and they're in a different age category. So it's not worth trying to race against them. So I thought that was really useful to know, and I certainly didn't know it when I raced Berlin, and I wrongly assumed that everyone in the same start wave as me was also my competition in my age category. So I hope you found this information useful. I'd really appreciate it if you'd hit the subscribe button